We're now in the 11th Perek of Shmuel Aleph, and in this Perek, we have the first adversary against Shaul, and that is Nachash HaAmoni, Nachash the king of Ammon. And he comes. Now, what is significant, besides that this is a horrible name for a human being, snake, what snake allows us to highlight is the idea of pure evilness, absolutely nothing good, no care for anybody but oneself. And Ammon is known for their real kifui tova. We know that Lot was saved from Avraham, and as a result, he should have been kind and good and loyal to generations that we should have been able to get along. But remember what happens when we as a nation were coming out of Mitzrayim and we needed help and we needed just a little bit of refreshments in the Midbar. Did Ammon help us? Did they remember that we're cousins? Did they remember that our ancestor helped their ancestor? Of course not. And so Hashem put a curse on Ammon and Moab and said, Lo yavo Ammoni or Moabi b'kal Hashem, that there will never come a time that we want their genetics to interact and to intermingle with ours, because we are Yehudim, we are thankful and we are appreciative, and we're modeh l'HaKadosh Baruch Hu. We thank Hashem for everything that we are given. And so we don't want in our genetic framework to have them. So their Nachash, the Nachash obviously wreaked havoc on Adam and Chava and pushed them to the place where they went further and further away from Hashem. So Nachash, and we know that the Nachash is the symbolic representation of Lashon Hara, because nothing good comes from it. So here we have the king Nachash, who is the king of Ammon, and they go against Yavesh Gilad. Why is Yavesh Gilad? Where did we hear about Yavesh Gilad? Remember, we know at the end of Shoftim, we know that Yavesh Gilad, the people of Yavesh Gilad, were the only people not to come into the Bnei Israel when they were fighting against Binyamin. And the people of Yavesh Gilad, as a result, were able to they were able to marry in to Yavesh Gilad, or have relations to be able to make sure that Binyamin, the Shevet of Binyamin, remained steadfast forever. At least they were in existence forever. And Shaul came from Yavesh Gilad. Shaul, who is from Binyamin, he was part of the survivors of Yavesh Gilad, and as a result, we know that the people of Yavesh Gilad, Nachash is strategically choosing who to attack. Perhaps he's trying to make some level of finding the weakness, the weaker link of the Bnei Israel, or to really shtachet to Shaul. And so he chooses Yavesh Gilad to go against them, and he tells the people of Yavesh Gilad, he's horrible to them, and he surrounds them, and the people of Yavesh Gilad say to him, please, can we just make let's just make a pact with you. We'll serve you. We'll be aligned with you, but just leave us alone. And Nachash Ammoni says, "Oh, of course. Oh, you want to make a pact with me? That's wonderful. So here's what you're going to do. All of you, echrot lachem bin kor lachem kol ein yamin. Just poke out your right eye, v'samtiha charpa al kol Yisrael, and that'll be fine, because that will allow for there to be huge humiliation against Israel." And if there's huge humiliation against Israel, that's good enough for us. Okay, no problem. What is really going on? Why the right eye? So the right eye symbolizes the Torah, right? Min Hashem osachayil. And the right, what was he trying to say? He was trying to say, poke out that right eye. Lower the Torah, lower the standards of this idea that we are the bad guys, that you can't marry into us. And then it'll be great, because that will be the kavod of Hashem will go down, And if the covenant of Hashem goes down, then you know what else goes down? Great. So all of the rules and regulations go down with it. And so, then we'll be in good stead. And the people of Yabesh Gilead say, give us 7 days. And they go and they send messengers to all of Israel. They said, please, please, if no one comes to our aid, then, please, they sent out messengers and they tell the people of Yabesh Gilead, if no one comes to our aid, no problem, then we're going to go with you. So they're trying really hard to get the people to help them. And in many ways, this is a true kapara. This is, they're trying to bring people together as opposed to the divisiveness and the separateness that we had from the whole Perek Begiva story. In any event, what happened? So the messengers, and they reach Shaul, and everyone is crying. They're feeling the pain of each other, and that is something that's very beautiful. And Shaul comes, and he says, "What's going on? Why is everybody crying?" And they tell him exactly what happened to the people of Yabesh Gilead. And now, Batitzlach Ruach Elokim El Shaul. Ruach Elokim comes into Shaul. Shaul is going to be continuously inundated with Ruach Elokim. Sometimes Ruach Elokim is going to be, sometimes the Ruach Ra. He continuously gets this Ruach given to him. And that, and sometimes it's in the positive, sometimes in the negative, because B'derech Sha'adam Rotza, whichever way that, a person wants, that Hashem helps it along. So here he gets very, very angry. Now, it's interesting. He has feelings. Finally, he has feelings. We didn't have feelings in the last Perek. What was happening? He put it aside. He didn't deal with it. He didn't care about the naysayers. But here, he gets so mad. Now, why is he getting so mad? Perhaps because he is such a tzaddik. And so for his own aggrandizement and for his own kavod, that he is willing to be mochel, doesn't say anything, as patient as can be, and everything is good. But for the sake of his people, there's somebody that's hurt, someone that's uncomfortable, someone that's being tortured, someone that's psychologically, at least at this point, that he does not deal with. And so what does he do? He takes a semen bakar, he takes the yoke of an oxen, and he cuts up this oxen into pieces, and he sends the pieces to all the people, and he says, everyone, Lemor, Asher, Enenu Yotze Acharei Shaul V'achar Shmuel, anyone that doesn't go with me, Shaul, or with Shmuel, into this war, this is what's going to happen to all of his cattle. And so what's happening is, so he divides up and he sends to the different shvatim. He sends a piece of this cut up animal. And is he allowed to do that? So we generally say, and we refrain from Baal Tashlis as much as possible. We don't waste things. We're not destructive people. And HaKadosh Baruch Hu says, you know why I don't want you to be destructive? Because I want you to be constructive. I want that, that everything that you do should be walk in the ways of Hashem. Hashem builds things, and He's always there to make things go up. But to destroy sets a tone that you're a destructive person, and that goes into your mitos and into your character, and that's not good. So generally speaking, we don't have it, but under these circumstances, Shaul is making a point, and he's making a similar type of point. Remember what happened with the Perek Begiva in the negative, when that the animal was cut up and sent to all the shvatim, and that was to show you hadn't done anything right. So here, Shaul is giving them a chance to repair. And how do they repair? Vayitzu ki ish echad. They all come out united. Ki ish echad b'lev echad. Everyone's united. It's like they're doing a tikkun. They're doing the repair. They're doing the tshuva for what had happened with the Perek Begiva. And here, and what happens is, how many people are there? Well, from Bnei Israel, there's 300,000, and from Yehuda, there's 30,000. Why not just add that up and just be 330,000? Because Shmuel wants to highlight when he's writing it, that, remember, Yehuda knows that, how do they feel about having a king who's not from Yehuda, but 30,000 of the people go out from Yehuda. We are all united. And that is a very beautiful idea that is highlighted, that the Bnei Israel all together, everyone's forgetting everybody else. And the messengers told the people of Yavish Galad, don't worry, not to worry, Machar tiyeh lachem tshua. Tomorrow you're going to be saved. What a beautiful way to always think about life. To always think that there's the tomorrow, that everything will be all right. And kachom hashemesh, we know in the middle of the day, as the day is growing hotter, that's when you're going to be saved, meaning as the shemesh of, that powerful light is getting hotter, so too, you will be saved, and v'yismachu, and they're happy. Okay, Anshe Yavish Gilad feel very empowered, they're great, and that's the representatives of Yavish tell Ammon, tomorrow we're going to surrender to you, and you can do to us whatever you please. Right? So they're not giving it away, obviously. The next day comes, Shaul divides his troops into 3 groups, and they are able to be really successful against Ammon, and it's so successful. 2 people were not even left together. And the people say to Shmuel, who was it who said that Shaul should be king over us? Remember those people who questioned it? Remember those people that were not big on Melucha? We'll hand them over. We're going to kill them. And Shaul says, no, not by Yom Hazeh, not today. Now, that doesn't mean not ever, but he's saying, no, not today. Ki hayom asa Hashem tshuva b'Yisrael. Because today Hashem brought victory. You're not going to don't ruin the simcha, don't pashter the simcha. The simcha is exactly as it should be. We have a miracle that happens. That's what we have to highlight. And now, was he doing the right thing? Well, he's starting to strengthen himself a little bit, and he's saying by Yom Hazeh, not today. He's not saying not ever. So he is taking on a little bit of a stronger position. But again, what is? It's not a very strong stance. It's a strong enough. So Shmuel says to the people, let's go to Gilgal and let's make the melucha stronger. Remember, there's 2 different kinds. There's the melucha on on the personal level. And then there's the melucha on the national level. So as long as he was just, on a personal level that he changed his status, that's one thing. But now he's going to change the status in a public way. That he is now going to be the identified king, and that's it. So it's not that just he had the personal identification as a king, but now he's really being it as a king. And all the people that go to the Gilgal, and they all inaugurate Shaul in Gilgal, and they give sacrifices. Vayismach sham Shaul v'chol anshe Yisrael ad ma'od. And Shaul and everyone's happy. There's a big celebration. It's good times. Good times are happening right now. He's been inaugurated as the king officially. He had his first experience as king where he took control. The control actually led to good results. The people were successful. Ultimately, the people followed behind him, and things are going in the right way. And so this Perek highlights all the potential that perhaps Shaul is showing himself to be stronger than we thought, that he is doing what he has to do, that the people are rallying around, that the naysayers are shortly being quiet. And so right now we have the glory to the kingship of Shaul HaMelech.